When I photograph animals, it's almost always a story about people and the relationship between people, animals, and the land. I'm Katie Orlinsky. I'm a photographer in the PhotoVogue community. In my work, I'll be documenting various stories about climate change and about the environment and about its impact on animals and animal populations, but these animals aren't isolated. They're not all alone in the wilderness. They're interacting with humans, and those relationships are so important. The Gila Wilderness is the world's first wilderness area. It's in southern New Mexico, right where the Rocky Mountains end. It's incredibly rugged terrain. The only way to get around it is by foot, by canoe, or on horseback. I spent about 4 years photographing the Gila Wilderness, and one of my first trips there was with a Chiricahua Apache guide. We went on a 10-day horseback pack trip along the middle fork of the Gila River. The Apache have been in that area for hundreds of years, and they really are the area's first conservationists. They lived a way of life that was symbiotic with nature, and it naturally took care of the land. And so when you think about this idea of untouched wilderness, untouched by who? A few years later, I was in the high country of the Gila Wilderness, and I was with this horse, trying to get to know it, spend time with it. I probably spent an entire afternoon and early evening photographing it, and it highlighted this contradiction that's interwoven in the concept of wilderness, where you have a place that's supposed to be wild and pristine, but yet it's also curated at the same time. The story about the Gila Wilderness is really a story about what the concept of wilderness means. And it made me really think about why, as people, do we set ourselves apart from nature? And why is something only considered wilderness when it's not touched by people? If we start to see ourselves as more of being a part of wilderness, then we'll care about it more and we'll protect it.